Hello, and thanks for tuning in. In this review, I'm going to be taking a look at director Harmony Korine's debut film. And now, Gummo. The film is about a tornado-stricken Ohio town and the poverty-riddled citizens who inhabit it. I realize that's rather vague, but then again, so is this movie's plot. It's an example of what's come to be known as hyperlink cinema, similar to films such as Happiness and Magnolia, wherein an ensemble of characters mill about their daily lives, occasionally interacting. There's not so much of a central overarching plot. Despite taking place in the real town of Xenia, Ohio, the film was entirely shot in Tennessee, so you can expect many mullets and southern accents. The entirety of the piece is a strange, sometimes violent, overtly sexual fever dream, and I am a fan. The film is incredibly effective at making you feel filthy. In fact, this is the first time I can remember watching a movie and then feeling like I needed a hot shower afterwards. There's also a general sense of nihilism to everything that's happening, and some brilliant moments of levity that work quite well. Reportedly, only 5 of the cast members out of about 40 who have speaking lines were actual trained actors. The rest were locals in and around the Nashville area. With that said, there is a certain air of believability to everyone's performance. It gets points in the acting department. It should be noted that there are some incredibly realistic-looking fake dead animals in the movie. If that kind of thing turns you off, this movie will definitely not be for you. The narrative of the film is pretty muddled. Admittedly, that's the weakest element and what I will be taking the most points off for. However, despite this, or maybe because of it, the film moves along at a pretty solid pace. There are a few times it drags, but it picks back up nicely. Living only 30 minutes from the actual Xenia, Ohio myself, I can report that an alarming number of these characters and mannerisms are familiar. I'm not sure if that's a statement on the authenticity of Korine's writing, or how shitty our culture is. It is worth noting, however, that Korine admits he's never been to Xenia, so I'm gonna go the latter. There are actually 2 or 3 songs in this movie that I would listen to outside of this movie. For that alone, this film wins in the music department. However, it is juxtaposed against some lesser, weaker music, but you can't win them all. It's pretty decently shot, with nothing that's gonna blow you away per se. However, there are some found footage and almost documentary-style elements, and I'm not very big on those. Before Harmony Korine made studio pictures with James Franco, Matthew McConaughey, and Martin Lawrence, he made this. If you've ever seen this film before, you've likely had a pretty strong reaction to it one way or the other. While it could be argued that it's pretty much just an art film, and it is, it's gotta be hands down one of the sleaziest art films ever made. And for that, it wins big points in my book. If you've never seen it before, check it out. And if you have, well, it's probably about time for a revisit. Go ahead and give it a watch.